So BBLs. Maybe it's just my mind going in the wrong place with this. But when it comes to like BBLs, I know that's the Brazilian butt lift, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess the question would be, what are you doing in that session? Is it just like a bunch of booty rubs or whatnot? And like, how does that one work out?
You're more of like doing a lymphatic drainage around it, and you're trying to get like the swelling to go down, but you're not really pressing on the actual glutes because you don't want to mess up anything, stuff like that. So you're more like working around it to get the fluid to get to the lymph nodes. Yeah.
You say something, and it kind of confuses me, right? Now, you say you're massaging to get the swelling down?
Yeah.
But isn't the point of a Brazilian butt lift to make the thing swell, to make it look big?
Yeah.
Like, explain that.
Yeah. So, basically, the swelling you're trying to get down is like the excess swelling. So, when you get the excess swelling down, not the lift down. You get the excess swelling down and stuff like that. And then also, like, you're not really pushing the fluid out of the incision because the massage therapist is not allowed to do that. So you're basically going to push it to the renal area and stuff like that. So you're going to push it to that area to help.
Because you're trying to get it all back into like the torso region, right? Oh, okay, yeah. So no, that does make a lot of sense. Welcome back to Elite Healers Sports Massage. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different, and we're actually going to be doing an interview. And what I'll be doing in this particular interview is I'll be interviewing one of the therapists over at Elite Healers Sports Massage. Stay tuned to get to know each massage therapist as they come on board and get to know which one is your favorite. And today shall be talking with my guest over here, Marcus Guest, and we'll get to know a little bit more about him, what made him a massage therapist, and the things that make him unique and great as a massage therapist. So I want to first say thank you for doing this first of the interview series with me, Marcus.
You're welcome. No problem.
Every massage therapist has their own journey, Marcus, and one of the things is that each person has something that inspires them to become a massage therapist. And I mean, I even have my video where I've explained it. So before we start off with anything else, what inspires you to be a massage therapist?
So what inspired me to be a massage therapist, basically, like, I basically wanted to like try something new. So since I wanted to try something new, before this, I was basically like working on cars. So I was like changing like alternators, starters, doing like tune-ups and stuff like that. When the school thing didn't all the way work out, I just went to try to become a massage therapist. And I basically thought it was just like Swedish massage, like just relaxing. But then once I started learning about myology and East and West medicine and orthopedics and sports, that's what made me get more in tune with it. But what basically like sealed the deal was definitely like pathology. Like once I learned about like runner's knee, jumper's knee, plantar fasciitis and stuff like that, that's what made me like learn that I could basically help people prevent like their injuries, and after the injuries they get better.
So now you're saying that massage is more than Swedish, which I agree. If massage was only Swedish massage, then I probably wouldn't be doing this at all, because honestly, while it is relaxing, it's also kind of boring, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
So you were saying that you like fixing people up because of like you learned about the runner's knee and the jumper's knee.
Yeah.
What is if you were to shave it down into like one category, what is your most favorite aspect of doing massage therapy?
My favorite aspect for sure definitely is working on people with lower back pain. So I like lower back pain because there's like, not that I'm glad people have lower back pain or anything, but the reason why I like working on it is because there's like different reasons why somebody could have lower back pain. So it could be because of the mattress, it could be because they stand a lot, it could be because they sit a lot, it could be like blunt trauma, like a car accident, it could be like sciatica, it could be, there's just so many different areas of why somebody could have lower back pain. And I just like working on it to figure out what caused it, because for everybody it's different. Everybody's unique.
I'll have to agree with that, because the lower back pain, the reason it's so freaking common is because of all like the sources and the origins that actually lower back pain has. And lower back pain is one of those cases where I've seen people that go to the chiropractor, they go to the physical therapist, they get on drugs, both the legal kind and the street kind, you know, trying to fix their pain. And then finally, even after they go through all the legal and illegal methods, they're like, oh my God, I'm so desperate. Maybe I should just get a massage. And then wind up, we go and like work on their hip flexors or something. And so it's not physically on the back, because you got to get in the hip flexors in this front area. And who's going to think about, oh, my problem's coming from my back, but it's in the front. So I know that that's one of those things that's a little bit tricky, and then it's like you kind of turn into a miracle worker for certain clients. Yeah. So how many times have you seen certain cases like that where the person's trying all these different things, and have you ever been the solution to their problems?
Yeah, so I've seen these cases like numerous times, like a lot. So for some people, like they would have the lower back pain, but their pain is in their lower back, but by the time I assess the situation, it might be the glutes, or it might be the hip flexors, or it might be like the psoas. So it could be it just be numerous things. So I experienced it a lot. I helped out a lot of people because there's a lot of people that live in pain. So there's people that like had pain for like 7 years, and then like after like one treatment, I never felt this better before, stuff like that. So
yeah, and I think that that's part of it too. Is people will just think, oh, it's going to be like a spa. I'm going to get some warm water on my hands, maybe some hot stones. They'll spray me in lavender or jasmine oils, and that kind of becomes one aspect about it. But when you look at it, there's not only is there a sports massage, like it says over here, Elite Healers Sports Massage, but there's also medical massage.
Yeah.
Because even if you're not an athlete, you're still going to get messed up. And if you're still getting messed up, then there's going to be problems to take care of. So it's about that recovery. It's about that efficient recovery. Like I always talk to people on different videos about the art of recovery, because I'm in my 40s now. I know you're in your 30s. And one thing is, like, this is the oldest I've ever seen you.
Yeah.
But I know I'm going to see you older than this.
Yeah.
And as that happens, our bodies kind of get like messed up. And since we're talking a bit about like just recovery, people always think, oh yeah, you're gods and all this other stuff. No, we're not. There's just a system, and it's similar to like physical therapy. So we'll spend a moment talking about medical massage. Yeah. So there's an aspect that is like physical therapy, and one of the things that I think really has changed like how things are done over the time is the massage treatment plan, which, I'll have a video you can watch at the end of this if you want to watch the entire thing about the massage treatment plan. But basically, it takes people and just kind of fixes them over the course of a few weeks. In your own words, Marcus, how would you describe the treatment plan for the average office worker if they're pain?
So the average office worker, so it depends how intense their pain is and how long they had the pain for. So for the average worker, I probably would go with and this is assuming that they're doing these stretches and stuff like that. I would go with once a month. But for somebody that's they're not doing stretches and stuff like that, I would definitely say every 2 weeks. For sure, yeah.
Now, to clarify, one of the things I think I want to say is, because I understand when you're saying, oh, they got to do their stretches,
yeah,
that we're talking about them doing their stretches outside of the massage and not in treatment.
Yeah.
So, yeah, sometimes it's not just, oh, you show up for the massage this week, next week, the week after, and you're fully recovered, but sometimes it's putting in that week over week, showing up for the treatment, but you can't just show up to the doctor. Sometimes there's homework, or there's certain things you have to do. Even if you're sick, you can't just show up to the doctor and get better. They're going to be take these pills once in the morning, once in the evening. So it's same thing. Foam rolling, stretching twice a day or something like that, right? And do you see more people getting success like that?
Yeah, I definitely seen people getting better, especially if they're on the wake up, if they're doing stretches on the wake up before they go and sleep, stretches. I seen progress, and then I seen them get to their baseline to where they were all right, I'm healed, and then they would stop, and then we gotta do it all over again after a while. So they basically have learned that the stretching does help, but that's something that you have to do daily.
One thing that I think you really said good is how they get better, and then they're I'm out.
Yeah.
See you later. Yeah. Maybe never. And that's they think they're 100%. But one of the things I've realized, and it's kind of silly how people don't realize this, and I say it over and over again. Massage is for the body is similar to body work for cars. In the end, you could shave both of them down to being called body work, right? But what do they tell you? Oh, every 500 miles or every X amount of miles, you gotta get the oil changed. You gotta make sure that everything's running smoothly. You gotta get tuned up. And they say that for car, but you still need a tune-up when you're using your body.
Yeah.
One big difference, though. You can total your car, destroy your car, and buy a new car. They haven't developed the technology to either clone yourself and then put your brain in a clone, or to switch you into another body. So until that point, I honestly think that medical massage and sports massage is actually more important than seeing a mechanic. sorry, mechanics, but if you want a new career as a massage therapist, just get started, get that license. But one of the things I have to say is everyone gets messed up. And now, when it comes to like doing medical massage and all that, at Elite Healers, we do both medical and sports massage. Well, and I know it's obvious, if you go to like a clinical place, they'll have you be doing like just pure medical massage. But for you, as a massage therapist, with tons of like clinics where they have massage therapists in New York, and then this being almost the only one in New York City that's doing sports massage. Why go to Elite Healers Sports Massage as a massage therapist when you could just go to one of those many clinics and just be doing medical massage all day?
So what makes Elite Healers different is, besides Adam, of course, what makes Elite Healers different is like the clients. So the clients that they're coming specifically for their injury, for their pain. They come in specifically like to heal from their sport. So if they, for an example, it could be a runner, and they on some like, well, I want to run the marathon and next week, but my leg hurts or whatever the specifics might be. They come in specifically for that. So once you fix that up, they're happy, so they could go run their marathon. And I think that makes it different from here and the other places.
Well, thank you. One of the other things that I wanted to, because I don't think we had talked enough about the sports massage. I answered that question. No big deal. But why do you like sports massage? What makes it stand out for you?
Yeah. So what I like about sports massage is basically like the athletes. So I like that how when they come and they want to get back to play their sport, I like to basically be a part of their healing process. Like I like to be a part of their speedy recovery. So that's what I mostly like about it. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, because it's not just having people for the recovery from like injury, but it's also recovery from their specific events.
Yeah.
Now that is one thing that I do have to admit. Different times of the year, we'll get like different sports. Like right now, that it's like the mist of the winter. One of the things you'll begin to see but you'll start to see it in January and February because they'll have taken a Christmas holiday and do other things. Yeah. It's like skiing injuries. Skiing injuries is about to tick up, and it's usually from about January to March because everyone travels out. They get injured, and then it could be something small. Like a sprain or a strain, but then you could have like MCL, ACL tears, and like things that they need surgery on, or even broken bones.
Yeah.
And then you look into spring from about March going all the way till the New York City Marathon in November. It's runners, and then you get tennis, you get pickleball, tons of different injuries and issues. Yeah. So it's funny too because it's like each one of them actually has a season. So when they have a season, it's going to be what the latest thing. So in tennis, you'll get the tennis elbows, you'll get like shin issues, which is also similar to like basketball. You'll see some of these have like similar issues, similar problems and origins. And that is definitely one thing that can happen with athletes and sports massage. One other thing is, I know even just from talking right now, the average viewer, there's going to be a lot that they learned even from just this one interview if it was like their first time. Now there's tons of myths and other misconceptions out there.
Yeah.
I want you, Marcus, to kind of tell me, what do you want the audience to know that's a massage myth that you just want them to know the truth?
So there's a few of them. One thing I could speak on off the top of my head is like lymphatic drainage. So lymphatic drainage is called main lymphatic drainage. It's not massage. So main lymphatic drainage is different from Swedish deep tissue massages and stuff like that. So let me explain the difference and stuff. So the difference is between lymphatic drainage, basically like you're moving the fluid up through the vessels all the way to basically to help recirculate, right? And with massage is more of a kneading and more of like a relaxing or to like it's more targeted. With massage, you're basically trying to relax or relieve the pain and tension of the muscle. Lymphatic drainage, you're moving lymph fluid. So that's the difference between the two. So main lymphatic drainage or lymphatic drainage is not massage.
All right, that was definitely a little more involved than I thought. Manual lymphatic drainage, that's something that not every single massage therapist can do right off the bat. They do need to get their, in New York State, they need to get their license, and then they need to pursue continuing education to getting additional certifications so that way they can do lymphatic drainage. Like lymphatic drainage is not something I do, but if you need lymphatic drainage, it's something that Marcus does. We're in New York, so if you're watching this video and you do need some lymphatic drainage from Marcus or just sports massage or medical massage, schedule at EliteHealersSportsMassage.com. I'll leave a link in the description to make that easy for you. And now, Marcus, I have just another question about lymphatic drainage, because every so often I get someone and they'll ask for lymphatic drainage, and I know that like post-surgery it can help, and I think even like plastic surgery it can help. But can you tell me who are like the main groups of people that really come seeking lymphatic drainage?
So there is different. It depends. So when it comes to like post-op, so like tummy tucks or BBLs is more like 25 to like 45-ish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then when it comes to like fibromyalgia, cellulitis, that's more like 45, 50, and stuff like that. So it ranges from like that. Yeah.
Okay. So BBLs. Maybe it's just my mind going in the wrong place with this. But when it comes to like BBLs, I know that's the Brazilian butt lift, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess the question would be, what are you doing in that session? Is it just like a bunch of booty rubs or whatnot? And like, how does that one work out?
Yeah, so you're more of like doing a lymphatic drainage around it, and you're trying to get like the swelling to go down, but you're not really pressing on the actual glutes because you don't want to mess up anything, stuff like that. So you're more like working around it to get the fluid to get to the lymph nodes. Yeah.
But you say something, and it kind of confuses me, right? Now, you say you're massaging to get the swelling down, but isn't the point of a Brazilian butt lift to make the thing swell, to make it look big?
Yeah.
Like, explain that.
Yeah. So basically, the swelling you're trying to get down is like the excess swelling. So when you get the excess swelling down, not the actual the lift down, you get the excess swelling down and stuff like that. And then also like you're not really trying to you're not really pushing the fluid out of the incision because the massage therapist is not allowed to do that. So you basically gonna push it to the you're gonna go to like the renal area and stuff like that. So you're gonna push it to that area to help.
Yeah. Because you're trying to get it all back into like the torso region, right? Oh, okay, yeah. So no, that does make a lot of sense. But yeah, that's definitely interesting because when I've heard like lymphatic drainage being used for post surgery, I worked at Equinox for a number of years before I opened up this place. So one of the things you would see over at the Big Evil Empire would be all these people with their faces like pulled back, like fresh out of like plastic surgery. And I remember back in those days I was a trainer, and so I really wasn't doing manual therapy in Equinox. But one of the things is you would hear about them like talking about, oh yeah, I needed to come in for lymphatic drainage and whatnot. So I thought it was the faces and all that stuff, the circulation. I didn't realize that it was like the butt and the other stuff as well.
Yeah.
Is there like any place you shouldn't do lymphatic drainage?
But definitely like you don't essentially go pregnant, stuff like that. And, that, and you have to make sure that they don't have like any advanced I don't want to say disease, but any advanced cases to where like say if like something is wrong with their kidneys, advanced problem with their kidneys, you gotta make sure that you're not doing too much lymphatic drainage because you don't want the kidneys to overwork and then you have a more serious issue.
That's a very interesting point because one of the things is when it comes to like the kidneys, maybe it's out of the scope of your knowledge because it's definitely out of the scope of my knowledge, but how would a person know that their kidneys are messed up aside from a doctor? And if you're not sure, you should always go see your doctor, but would they know coming in?
That's a good question. So they should go to the doctor. As far as I could think of, like off the top of my head, they could feel pain. They would feel the pain, but it's definitely for the doctor would know. And anybody that got like an advanced issue with their kidneys, for sure they know. It's a fact they know.
All right, yeah, because it's definitely a complex issue, but it's something that's very, very interesting. I might have to do a video in the future just covering lymphatic drainage. You might have to be a collaborator on that one, a scriptwriter, help me produce that thing. Now, in terms of like, I'm going to take it back a little bit because I know we kind of went off in the woods about lymphatic drainage and everything, but since this is like a sports massage company, first off, I'll ask you what your sport is, and then second off, I'll ask you, what type of athletes you like working on. But tell me, what's your sport? What do you like lifting? What do you like doing? I could tell you lift. I mean, I'm wearing a loose shirt, but you got the gun show going right now. So, what's your favorite sport?
My favorite sport is definitely basketball. Yeah, I like basketball. because I feel like with basketball, it trains all of the muscles and it helps with like cardio. So
Could you tell me like your favorite athletes to work on and why?
yeah, like top three, I would definitely go with like basketball. I would go with like martial artists slash like boxers, and then who just made the list is definitely runners, just because I'd be impressed with like how much people be running like marathons, half marathons. Because the only person I knew that does that was like David Goggins, but I don't know him personally. So coming here and I'm meeting people with that like back to back running marathons, I was like impressed, and it made me want to do it too.
So have you done a marathon yet?
Not yet. I want to though. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, one of the things is it's like David Goggins. Now that's a crazy guy out there, but a very inspirational guy. So David, don't get it twisted if you're watching this. Got nothing but love for you.
Yeah, for sure.
But marathon is like pretty intense and everything.
Yeah.
And I forget it. I know that someone will write it in the comment section if I actually say the wrong number. But while a marathon is 26.2, they got something called the ultra marathon.
Yeah.
Which is like, I swear it's like double or more.
Wow.
Which is nuts. But then you have triathlons, which the basic triathlon, not even Ironman triathlon, you're running a marathon as well as swimming a distance and biking like a huge distance, more than 20 some odd miles. Now, I'm wondering if David Goggins has ever done actually like an ultra marathon or like an Ironman triathlon, because that's really what it takes. But one of the things, I'm not sure if you met them, because I don't even see them too often. You got the marathoners, and you people are cool. But like the Ironmanners and like the ultra marathoners, that's a different type of animal. And there was one guy. There's like this ultra marathon, and I was one of my friends was telling me this story. This ultra marathoner, how they have this ultra marathon, and it's supposed to happen like in Germany over like 2 days, and you're supposed to like camp out and sleep.
Oh, wow.
There was one guy, and it was his first time in the race. He didn't know any better. So what he basically did was he thought that everyone was running, and like a crackhead, he ran for 24 hours and completed the race. I believe he's actually the world record holder, but that's like one of those really intense characters. But I noticed the longer the distance they run, the more intense they get. And one thing that I find very different, like, they'll be like right in your face talking. They know what they want to do, and they're like fired up all the time. And I would think like the bodybuilders and the wrestlers, because like I've worked on people from like even like pro wrestlers like AEW and WWE, and like you would think those guys would be like, oh yeah, we're gonna do this and this and this, but it's not even them that are like that. I guess because they get it out of their system, they don't have to be like that. But they are some of the most intense characters. But when it comes to that, what's like the most intense kind of clientele you ever worked with, and do you like working with those intense types?
Yeah, I would definitely say intense. Intense, I would definitely say probably the runners. Yeah, but for me, my perception of intense is basically like after this massage, I'm about to go run right now, and I'm like, I think you should like rest a little bit and stuff like that. So like I would definitely say the runners. Everybody else, they more like, I'm gonna rest for like a day or two, but for some reason, like the runners, it's like their mindset is a little bit different. It's interesting.
Yeah, maybe that'll be a good one for the future, also to do like a psychology of the runner, because they do seem a little bit different than the average person. But like I said, I got nothing but love for all you runners. You guys do stuff that I wouldn't even do, because marathons, I think they're a little bit too much in terms of what to do, but that's only me. That's only because I like the pump that comes from strength training. But past a certain amount of time running, I'm like, what do I do with myself? And like, that's something, I need like a podcast or something in my ear to do that for that kind of distance. I think I'm kind of running out of stuff. One thing, if you do want to schedule with Marcus, he's here Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays in the second part of the day from 12 to closing. So get on that schedule and schedule with him if you want. Now, I've kind of asked all my questions, kind of getting to know you professionally. Before we wrap up, is there anything you want the audience to know? Anything you want to share?
Oh, well, anybody you just want to enhance your well-being, definitely just Monday to Wednesday, I'm here, and let's get to it.
Thank you very much, Marcus. This has been great. Make sure you like and subscribe, and stay tuned for other interviews. And I got a great video for you right here that you can actually watch, so I'm pretty sure you're going to enjoy it.